Live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good evening, people. It's Tuesday, 8 o'clock, and you know what time it is? It's time for another episode of Common Madness with yours truly, the host with the most, A1. I hope you all had a great weekend, a great Monday, and an even better Tuesday, because you know what? This next hour is going to make your day even more greater. Okay, we've got a lot of topics to cover, a lot of ground to drive through. Put on your seatbelt, get your popcorn, and don't go anywhere because we're going to discuss the ills of the world in a controlled environment in AC. Thank God for AC because my God, it's hot outside. The first thing I want to cover, folks, is, well, maybe not the first thing, but we're going to start with it. Small change has become big business for America. As you guys all know, or maybe you don't know, there is a change shortage. Cha-ching! Do me a favor, engineer, turn this mic down. Just ask the banks that are willing to pay you for your change. That's right, people. In an unprecedented move brought on by the shortage due to the pandemic, banks are now, some of them, not all, are willing to pay you a premium on top of the money that you're bringing in to either exchange or deposit in your accounts for it. Now it's too low. The Community State Bank in Wisconsin has offered a $5 bonus to anyone who brings in, a $5 bonus for every $100 worth of coins, and it goes up to $500. That's the limit. But I still think that's awesome because when have they ever done that before? But alas, people, the program is done. It's gone finito. June 21st, because check this out. They set a goal, and in 1 week's time, they reached it, paying this $5 premium fee. So I think that's great. I personally have not noticed a shortage in change. I don't know if anybody else has, but I sure as hell haven't, and I use cash all the time. But so that change you have been saving in your piggy bank can actually really bring home the bacon. Or the task force. Ooh. That's right, people. The shortage is so extreme in America that they've organized a coin task force. I've never heard of this. I know probably most of you who are watching this show have never heard of it either. But it's true, people. A coin task force almost reminds me of the days when the FBI appointed a guy to hunt down the Dillon gang, right? There was a special task force. There was a special task force appointed for people who were running moonshine, and there's a special task force in 2020 now, people, for coins. So watch out, because you never know what might come. You know, this task force is pretty interesting. And so what I did was I wrote a song that they might use to recruit people who are into this type of a thing. And it goes a little something like this. Doop, 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 doop. We're not Chuck Norris. We're not Ving Rhames. We're not into playing any childish games. We want your quarters, yeah. We need your dimes, not girls, because this country is in perilous times. And we're the task force of the USA. And we'll keep fighting until we get every penny you stashed away. Give up those nickels, yeah. Don't hold back, no. Or we'll take it like we took the oil in Iraq. That's right, we want the loot. Like Biggie Smalls. Until the cash cascades like the water at Great Falls. We won't stop. Hell no, until we win. Well, what's win? Win is never needing cash money again because we're the task force of the USA. And we'll keep fighting until we get everything you stashed away. Now, look, I know I'm not that great of a singer, but you get the goddamn point of the song. Excuse my French, even though it's English. Another note on the coins. Of course, it would have went better, too, if I had the hat like Uncle Sam going chewing the poster, but who cares? We don't have all of that, people. This is a little bit different from a nationally televised program. Anyways, moving on. There's also something else going on that I want to bring attention to while we're on the topic of coins. And that is, people, the gold and silver. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but the gold and silver is skyrocketing. That's right, without even a red flame. It's going through the roof. If you guys have some money stashed away, the way you could keep the money is you buy gold and silver. Only problem is the Federal Reserve has now issued a stalemate on gold and silver production. That's right. Things couldn't get any worse. We're running out of coins, and now we're running out of gold and silver. But not because there is a shortage of gold and silver. No. Because the Fed wants to stop production of it. They are saying that due to the coin shortage, now they have to decide what's more important to produce. A nickel, a dime, or bullion? I don't know. I don't know what's in the storehouse. For years, I've been one of those people who has said Fort Knox is probably empty, but what the hell does anyone know? What do I know? Anyways, if you bought gold in 2016, it would have started off at $12.50 an ounce. Most dealers would have put a spot price on it of $50 so they can keep the lights on at their office. But if you buy it today, people, it's going to be more than $2,000. That's right, 2 big ones to get 1 ounce of gold and almost $27, if not a little bit more, to buy an ounce of silver. I know most people don't care about this, but you have to think, this is king's money, people. This is the money that you put away for the rainy day, and when the rain comes, it ends up being a hurricane, and you float on the wind like Mary Poppins, who had that damn umbrella in that movie. All right? You'll be laughing, and a lot of people will be crying, but you'll be in the boat. They'll be drowning in the moat. That's where you want to be, in the boat. Trust me. Trust me. Let's take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I got money to bury it. Shorty stacking.
Welcome back, people. Now let's start on our next topic. I don't know what's going on in the world. I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing. And I asked myself when I saw this the other day, is this the end of freedom and democracy for the free world as we know it? Is there going to be some kind of major debacle that hasn't already happened this year that leads us to silencing everything permanently? I don't know. But what I do know is this, and I hope this is a lie, but oh me, oh my, it's true. People, Yahoo has banned all public comments on their news forums. What shall we do? I personally only read Yahoo just for the comments alone. They were hilarious. It was like watching Johnny Carson in his prime or Trevor Noah at his worst. I don't know which one it was, but I really like the comments. But Twitter is censoring. Facebook is censoring. Yahoo is censoring. But how far does it go? And where are the American people going to get the real scoop on what's going down in the town? I'll tell you who. Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, and Don the Liar Lemon, who dyes his chest hair the same color as his eyebrows and hair. I mean, come on, you can't trust people like this. They'll spit in your food and eat it with you, folks. So I don't exactly know what we're going to do about news in this country or even about freedom of expression anymore because, daggone it, it seems to be a dying breed. I don't know. But one thing that I do know is this. It's no fun not being able to comment on Yahoo. And so I hope they change that back soon. Because I would personally love to say a few things if I had the chance to on the comments section. There were a lot of tidbits of information too. Not only that, you could use it to advertise for your business and other things that you might have been working on that you wanted to get people's attention on, and maybe spread some kind of knowledge base too and increase people's awareness of certain things. But without these comments, people were not going to be able to do anything. But what's sad is there's no backlash against this, folks. There's a backlash against all kinds of things, organizations that aren't for family, organizations that aren't for the betterment of the public or the world as we know it. There's no backlash against organizations that decrease the population. No. But we've got a backlash against freedom of expression. And this is why I do this show, because I have a problem with it. And if I didn't do the show, no one would hear it except my great friends, who most of the time don't even want to discuss politics. They only want to talk about sports or cars. And that's fun. That's fine and dandy, but truth of it is, I think we all need to be discussing topics that are at the forefront of our history's movement in our nation. Because if we do not discuss them, what will end up happening is they will overtake us and come from the blind side, like an Indian with a tomahawk in the war. You don't want to get hit by a tomahawk from the blind side. It's no good, people, let me tell you. I've seen Braveheart a couple of times. And when that guy gets hit with that ball, that steel ball, my God, he never saw it coming. It's the same thing. Anyways, we've got to do something about this. So spread the word. Don't close your mouth. Open it. And make sure you say, we want freedom of speech still alive and intact, wholeheartedly and fully in this country. This is exactly what I was talking about on some of the previous episodes with allowing these people, these news organizations, and these agencies of destruction that are being paid by people who want to see America become not America, who want to see America become a laughing stock. Because the truth of it is the other countries are laughing at us, people. They're laughing at our issues that we've had for hundreds of years, and they're also laughing at our documented history in more ways than one, because it's very hard to find out what really happens in this country unless you go to the Library of Congress or unless you're in it. How many congressmen do you know personally? Do you have any family members who you can call who are senators? Do you have any senators' aides? Do you have anybody who's a mayor in your family tree? I know I don't, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't either. But there's a problem here that needs to be addressed that's bigger than the deficit of the nation. What shall we do, people? What shall we do? Folks, let's take another quick commercial break. Time to pay the bills real quick. We'll be back soon. Okay, people. Now, there's a lot of us that are dealing with the effects of this pandemic. Some of us are doing very well with it, others of us are not. The ones that are not are the hospitality industry. Surprisingly, the housing market is doing great, and so is cars. I know if you guys go outside, you've probably seen it. Everywhere you turn, it's a paper tag on the back of something. All right? And it's not an advertisement, it's a new car owner. Interest rates are at a historic low. You better take advantage of it while you can, or you don't have to. Most people, though, are taking advantage of something in the realm of unemployment. Congress has been issuing $600 a week unemployment checks since the pandemic has hit and Congress approved it. This is big news. Most people are making more than they ever made at their job as a waiter, a waitress, a hostess, than they ever have made in their life. And most people that I'm talking to about it are saying things like, why should I even go back to work if I can just collect $600 a week for unemployment? That covers cable, gas, and my weed. No point to even work. No point at all to even work. But now Trump is reversing his vision on this whole plan. He's going to change everything. What Trump is planning on doing after he ends the $600 weekly unemployment check, he wants to replace it with 70% of a worker's wage. 70%. And it's based on a scale of what you would make or what you wouldn't make. But the structure isn't in place yet, people. It's going to take at least 2 months to even get it there, or 3, maybe 4. They don't even know. Speculation is 8 to 20 weeks. Just like with everything else in this pandemic, nobody seems to know what's going on. Not even JJ from Good Times. Not even little JJ. I don't know what's going on. And the crazy thing about it is the people who are talking like they're experts are just kicking around theories. There's nothing concrete to sink your teeth in. There's really no credence to any of these laws or practice guidelines that they're imposing on the public. It's just all a matter of fact of trying to prevent what can't be prevented in so many ways. I don't think anyone has had any way to prevent any of the issues that they've had with the sicknesses from the coronavirus, people. It's kind of like one of those things where you're outside when the bus drives past and the smoke comes out the back of the bus. You have no choice if you're outside but to stand in it or walk through it or walk away from it. But either way, you still smell the smoke. Something like that, I believe. Anyways, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen when this thing is passed, but I am glad that people have been able to make a living while they're not working and pay their rent. One of the things that's ending is the moratorium on renters who are not paying, or even people who are not able to afford their mortgage due to the pandemic. And so, you guys had better start making calls if you're one of them. I don't like to see people evicted or on the streets. It's not a good thing. No, not at all. But there are some good things that have happened. There was a free ice cream day the other week from Baskin Robbins. I didn't get to try any, but I heard it was pretty good. Moving right along. Let's discuss some things that I have been... Hold on, let me see if I can find this stuff, people. Hold on. Quick commercial break. We'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. H-Dad. This the come up, right?
Whatever you want to do, man. It's going down right now. Let's go, baby.
Okay, wait, now hold up. Let me switch that flow up. Call her to come over and you just try to control her. Ever since I growed up, I done got my dough up. Now I'm smoking more blunts and I'm sipping till I'm pulled up. Toe up from the flow up, toe down from my toes up. Get those up, I throw up, but I'm pimping like I'm supposed to. Got the illest chocha, reason why I chose her. Mommy is the rider and see me, I be that roller. She hate a rap nigga walking with his nose up. She date a rap nigga walking with his toes up. Take a picture, get you close up. Another fake imitation, just a poser on a poster. Did it again for my culture, went to the rose. Fitted it in for a roll, just to get in the over. Drop a pull over, feeling big in these hoes. I'm feeling for feeling sober. Windows is rolled up and you know I do this. And I do this till I get going up and
Hadouken! One side cool, shorty, yeah, that's where I stay. Heard you wasn't lame, boy, get up out my face. And my ass keep calling, swear she be in the way. And I need a thin red bone, shorty, wild late. Bad bitch in LA, tell me that she made the trip. Shorty bad as hell, yeah. With them college journalists, over every fucking where. Pre-rolls in my belt, Canada, John, yeah. I think that bitch from the six. Shorty wanna kiss me, but I know she sucking dick. Shorty wanna kiss me, but I know she sucking dick. Look, Uber everywhere, pre-rolls in the cup. Yeah, Uber everywhere, pre-rolls in my cup. Hey, skr skr. Y'all wanna get Ferrari, but I know it takes some time. Skr skr. Pre-roll, shorty light it up, you know you fine. Roll fire with my five, and I'm rolling up the gap. And I need my leg roll, babe, studs first back. It's the line of John Cook, dog, I'm all in that. Skr skr. Said she bout that hell shit, but I made it, I'm a vet. Shorty wanna fuck me, but I know I got some top. Shorty wanna fuck me, but I just got some top. I can't fuck with I never stop. Pull up in that true spot, over fucking everywhere. I can't fuck with I never stop. Pull up in that true spot, over fucking everywhere. Hey, yeah, over everywhere. Free rolls in my cup, still like over everywhere. Free rolls in my cup, still I made that bitch from Canada. I think she from the city. Yeah, my Uber everywhere. Free rolls in the cup. Hey, 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 skr skr. Hey, 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 skr skr. Hey, 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 skr skr. Hey, hey, hey. Top Uber everywhere. Free rolls in my cup. Still like Uber everywhere. Free rolls in my cup. Still I think that bitch from Canada. I think she from the city. Yeah, my Uber everywhere. Free rolls in the cup. Hey.
Check it out. It's the rap scholar, hot around the collar. Blocker. Since I was a toddler. Drama, the 9-7 nigga Madonna.
And we're back,
To be the blood of a iguana.
So, you know what I'm trying to figure out? What I'm really trying to figure out after I've done a few thinking, some digging, and a little bit of perspiration, because for some reason up here under these lights tonight, I'm feeling a little hot. Is this the beginning of socialism for our country? Was the pandemic a way to usher in the beginning of socialism for the nation? Through unemployment, through the reduction of money in circulation in the nation, due to the fact that A lot of people are starting to hoard cash, coins, and other valuables in light of the fact that we don't know what the hell is going to happen day or tomorrow from now, even 20 seconds from now, you know? And so, is this whole thing a way to usher in what we have been fearing, at least the ones of us that are smart and in the know? A cashless society. A way for you to live your life without needing $1 and for the government to know exactly where you spend your money at all times, whether it's legal or illegal purchases. I don't know. All I know is that weird things are happening, and they're all seemingly tied together, even though they don't look like they are. Like the removal of the statue of Christopher Columbus, whom I know did not discover America. But the point of it is, there's so many other things going on. Why is this such a big deal to people that they want to take down statues in the middle of the night? Why is the Federal Reserve limiting the production of coins, gold, silver, and regular copper ones? And why is it that Yahoo is banning all comments? Under the guise of course, safety. Because everything is done under the guise of safety in this great nation that we all call home. Everything. Me personally, I don't really care about safety. I just want to voice my opinion when I want to. I don't know if we should have tore down the statue of Christopher Columbus for the simple fact, people. For the simple fact that if you tore it down, 10 years from now, these kids aren't going to know what the hell was going on. Who was there? They're also not going to know about the lies that were told. Sometimes it's good to know about the lies that were told before you got there. That way they don't get repeated again. But this is all tied together because that statue was also an expression, along with those comments on Yahoo, and along with a plethora of other things that have been disregarded, urinated on, and thrown in the laboratory of Congress for further examination. Forgot the name. And the latrines of the world filled with crap that people have just discarded or tried to make seem more important than what it was when it really isn't. But the true important factors of our society are being overlooked, ridiculed, laughed at, and stomped on, like the family, like the American family. But what if this is the beginning of socialism with unemployment at $600 a week? What if this is the beginning of the end for the nation? For the simple fact that we just can't keep loaning out money like this perpetually. It just won't work. Folks, I'm going to leave you on this note tonight. I hope you all have a great evening. And we'll see you next week for another episode of Common Madness. Take care.